Mwana Kwetu.
Mwana Kwetu.
Eminence, in section 16 of the document, the Holy Father talks about personal sin and social sin. Now that's something that most people don't understand. How can sin have a social effect to it? And be personal.
Yeah, in the first place, sin is personal. It is one individual human being who makes a choice against the will of God. So sin is personal, individual.
Right.
But we can also, says the Pope, speak of social sin in three senses. First, he takes the sense of human solidarity. We are not islands. What one person does affects others. We are a society. So that as we can talk of communion of saints in the church, communicating in good things, so also the sin of one person affects others adversely. In that sense, yes, the Pope says social sin means in the first place to recognize by virtue of a human solidarity each individual's sin in some way affects others. The second sense in which the Pope speaks of social sin is sin that touches others directly, like various offenses against our neighbor. For instance, in short, the summary of them would be those who don't love their neighbor but have done something positive against their neighbor, like taking from another person the right to life, whether that person is already born or has not yet lived 9 months, abortion. Taking from another person the right to religious freedom or the right to free expression. Hurting the bodily integrity of another person. Doing something against the common good, damaging property of another or of the state. Making other people suffer when one is doing one's professional duty. If it's a teacher, teaching badly. If it's an airline pilot, piloting badly. If it is a driver of a vehicle, drunk, he drives. You see the consequences on the others. But there's another dimension which some don't think of. The trade unionist who organizes a strike at the least provocation, causing suffering to very many people. The worker who, without declaring a strike, works carelessly, wastes the money of the company or industry or of the master, is committing a sin against. Is a social sin. There is another sense, a third sense. The Holy Father speaks of structures, what some mention as structures of sin. You think of land tenure in some parts of the world, by which a few rich people hold most of the land and reduce other people to practical workers for them. I nearly said slaves. Then you think of a structure by which the common man cannot vote. It is preempted by a small group. You can call them anything, but they are a small group who control the people. They may control them through the news media so that they feed them with half-truths or lies, and the people have no way to get at the truth. In all those cases where you can think of oppressive regimes that reduce the people to a subnormal level of economic and human existence. that damage production. There are some countries, it can be in the first world or second or third world, where the workers don't get just payment for what they have produced. We can continue indefinitely. When we talk of structures, there are areas where people are crying for liberation, for freedom, for human dignity, for respect. The Holy Father says structures of sin, yes. But in the final analysis, it will be individuals who have sinned. Granted, we must make the necessary effort to change those structures, but they will not be changed without conversion of heart of individuals, especially the key individuals in those situations.
Mwana kwetu.